Hi, my name is Stephen Deeks. I'm one of the co-organizers of the upcoming long COVID Keystone meeting, which is going to be the first opportunity, I think, for a lot of scientists now working on long COVID to get together to discuss what's happening in the science, what's happening in the clinic, and so forth. The meeting will be in Santa Fe, beautiful town, at the end of August this year. This is going to be a unique meeting. This is going to be, I think, the first time that scientists who have become engaged in the study and the treatment of long COVID will have a chance to get together. And so my vision, our vision, has been largely to bring people together into the same room to discuss what's happening scientifically, to get to know each other, and to begin to build collaborations. And we're going to have all these great speakers. They're going to give formal presentations of their research. But I think the real strength of an in-person meeting like this will be the discussions that will happen in front of the posters. And probably the best part of this whole meeting will be the discussions that's going to be having over meals, in hallways and so forth, as we get to sort of learn what each of us can do, and should be doing, and how best to work together. I expect the major scientific outcomes from this meeting will be sort of I think more of a consensus on what the big questions are, maybe even a bit on what the answers are. Hopefully the field is getting closer to a universally accepted definition of the clinical syndrome of long COVID. Hopefully the field will begin to learn what characteristics of long COVID are shared with other post-infectious complications, and how the work in the post-infectious complications can inform long COVID and vice versa. And I expect that we're going to hear a lot of exciting data regarding the role of, virus persistence, immune dysfunction, inflammation, coagulation, and so forth as potential causes. I think that the field is now witnessing the emergence of really, for the first time, I think really high quality basic science and translational science as it pertains to the biology of long COVID. If the virus persists, what's it doing? There's some emerging evidence that coagulopathy, clotting is a problem, chronic inflammation, the development of autoantibodies, autoimmunity. There's multiple mechanisms at play here. They're not mutually exclusive. In fact, our group thinks that one leads to the other, leads to clinical disease and so forth. So I think that's where the state of the science is in terms of the cause of these post-infectious complications, particularly long COVID. Where we're going over the next year or two, I think, is we're transitioning into an area of what I refer to as experimental medicine, essentially where we're going to be using various different medications or interventions as probes to begin to figure out which of these pathways are really critical to the cause of long COVID, and also to begin to figure out where we should be investing in terms of the big, large, upcoming, more proof of concept, randomized clinical trials to try to figure out how to make people feel better. I've been to a Keystone in Santa Fe. It's my personal favorite in terms of the venues that I've experienced, because I've been going to Keystones for 20 years now. So I think people should expect to have a lot of friendly discussions in a wonderful environment at a great time of the year.